The top 10,000 individual investors in Bitcoin control about 1/3 of the cryptocurrency in circulation. That's according to a study by the National Bureau of Economic Research. Now, these so-called whales make Bitcoin susceptible to systemic risk. It really shows the inequality among crypto wealth. Now, that jeopardizes Bitcoin's role as an open source software project, leveling the playing field for all investors. And what's interesting here is that the small share of investors holding a huge percentage of Bitcoin, it's really similar to the wealth inequality among the top 1% of Americans, Scarlett.
Yeah, it challenges the idea that crypto is democratizing. And so on that note, we want to bring in Brock Pierce, who is chairman of the Bitcoin Foundation. He's also a co-founder of the Tether cryptocurrency that was introduced in 2014. Brock, it's great to speak with you. You are probably one of those whales among that top tier of Bitcoin holders. Do you see whales having outsized influence over Bitcoin price changes, and does that concern you?
It does concern me, much in the same way that call it the legacy financial system or the high concentration of wealth exists in the world. I share that view, but I do believe that at its core, it is democratizing the system, not in a way that's perfect. Yes, we have a high concentration of wealth like we do in the legacy financial system, but at its core, it's bringing accountability back to a world that desperately needs it. It's bringing transparency. At least it's a system that is transparent. We can see this, and it is democratizing the tools and utility, meaning everyone on Earth has equal access as long as they've got a connected device, as well as it's leveling the playing field where you don't have to be a member of the financial elite to get access to it. Everyone has equal access. So is the system perfect? No. But is it a step in the right direction? Are we making tremendous improvement? Yes. And Bitcoin may only be the beginning. The future is what we make it. So I encourage you to get involved.
Well, Brock, given that you do have these whales, they do have the potential to disrupt the price of Bitcoin. I'm curious what that means for, cities and governments who might be considering, adopting it as some form of a payment system. And of course, Brock, you are an informal advisor to incoming NYC Mayor Eric Adams, who, pretty famously at this point is very crypto friendly. But how can a city such as New York City work past those concerns?
Well, I don't really call myself an advisor. I'm just here to provide information, knowledge to empower our civil servants and elected leaders to make the best decisions on our behalf. And I talk to world leaders, and I talk to lots of people, and generally I just try to be a wealth of information and knowledge. And so I think that, we're living in the 21st century, and I'm really happy to see that Mayor-elect Eric Adams cares about the future and recognizes that if New York City wants to say the capital of capital, it's going to need to be a 21st century city. We're seeing it in Dubai. We're seeing it in Singapore. If you travel the world, you'll see that America, in many respects, looks like it's still stuck in the 20th century. And I applaud anyone in leadership that embraces the future, that embraces innovation, recognizing that we are living through this technical sort of digital transformation. And there's no doubt it's affected all of our lives, all of our businesses,
right,
and it is affecting our institutions.
What's your number one priority for these city leaders when it comes to crypto in 2022?
Well, to inform them. And so like what you said, should people be buying it, putting it on their balance sheet? I mean, look, 40% of all U.S. dollars ever created were created during this pandemic. And so people are looking for stores of value. This is an asset class because there's only 21 million Bitcoin. There will never be more as an alternative investment. It's deflationary, basically, in nature. It will likely be an interesting, although volatile and high risk, hedge against things like inflation. I think, yes, as a small percentage of your assets, having some allocation to this does make sense. And as far as 2022 is concerned, yes, let's get involved. Let's be a participant in the future. And it's not just as it relates to cryptocurrency. It's technology in general. We have to upgrade our energy infrastructure, make it cheap, clean. Everything is ready for an upgrade. Just because the wheel isn't broken doesn't mean we don't fix it. We should continue to strive to build the best systems we possibly can.
We have to leave it there. Unfortunately, we are running up against the clock. Have to get you back soon. That is Bitcoin Foundation Chairman Brock Pierce. Great to get some time with you. Happy New Year. Well, that's going to do it for Quick Take Stock today. Thank you so much for your time. We're going to be back here at noon Eastern time tomorrow. I'm Katie Greifeld.
And I'm Scarlett Fu. Have a great day.